Hey everyone, this is Nurse Sherry and
Nurse Elizabeth.
we are here to present Bloom Hemp Affiliate Product Training. And we are going to get started.
So yeah, this is affiliate training, and we're excited to have you. So welcome. Yeah. Okay. So cover slide. This is so Bloom Hemp is because life doesn't give you days off, right? That's why there's hemp. We love that expression from our previous owners, and I'm carrying a lot forward from that, and we're creating a lot new. So we're really excited to bring this to life and to get you on board.
Yep. And we've been working with Bloom Hemp for the past 3 years
Yeah.
now with Graham and Bloom and Dr. Pi, and have really watched Bloom Hemp evolve. And we're really, really excited to have them pass the reins over to us.
They were wanting to move on to new things, and we were ready to make it ours.
Ready to make it ours. So we're going to get into some detailed training on all the products that are available, the different ingredients, the cannabinoids, the terpenes, the botanicals, and how you might use them.
Cool.
Services. What makes us different, Elizabeth?
Well, we're the only hemp CBD company with a nurse line, right? So we have the free nurse line and the free email care plans, which is really exciting. So if you click on our services tab, click on the intake form, you're going to get our mini intake of just a few questions, but it gives us enough data to send you a reply and say, here's some of the products that you might want to use based on these questions. And generally it's pain and sleep and anxiety and focus and energy, and sometimes they're battling serious things and we need to go a little bit deeper, but really we're just going to turn that around within a day or two, send that back to you, and you're going to be able to have some great product recommendations as well as some lifestyle tips.
Absolutely. The hugs and nugs to dial in and make CBD work best for you. And so just a little bit about us.
Well, I founded Holistic Caring in San Diego back in 2016 and beginning of that year to serve patients and to educate health professionals. And I wrote a training manual for nurses that became my programs and my book. And now we've fast forward into all of the programs that we have, 5 professional programs and 8 or 9 patient programs. And, we are on a mission to train healthcare professionals all over the world to practice medical cannabis therapeutics.
Yep. And so just grateful for the opportunity that we are in this space to be able to educate on these products. So I built the Green Nurse in Massachusetts. Elizabeth built Holistic Caring in San Diego, and we merged our companies. And then we bought Bloom Hemp this year because we wanted to complete our ecosystem. This brings the clinical health and wellness focus that customers need to add these natural healing compounds into modern treatment plan to better balance out our bodies. So Bloom Hemp has been at the top of our Green Nurse approved CBD brand that Holistic Caring coaches have been working with for several years. And it just made sense that we develop it fully here to help everyone bloom in health. And just another big shout out to Elizabeth. Elizabeth got 2022 Cannabis Educator of the Year for the American Cannabis Nurses Association. So we are excited to be able to truly bring you cannabis education around Bloom Hemp CBD products.
Mm-hmm. And even more CBD education to come, because that's what we do.
That's what we do. So the value, what is the other benefit of working with us, Elizabeth?
Well, because we have an ecosystem. So if you look right here, I talk about the ecosystem all the time. We've been talking about patient-centered care for 40 years. And here at Holistic Caring Green Nurse and Bloom, we practice it. The nurse is at the top. We've got doctors, treatment team members, resource materials, support, and one-to-one care nurse lines, and then all of the CBD. So we can bring in our vetted products and give you that one-stop shop. And we put it together with all of our patient provider support in all of this menu of options that we've already elaborated on a little bit. But we didn't talk yet about the free 7-page medical cannabis guide, which is on our website. So please sign up on the media tab. There's a little drop down there, and you can just sign up for the newsletter and get your free medical cannabis guide.
Yep. So to make it very clear, there's 2 companies, 2 websites doing the same thing to bring you the best of the best.
I call it the ecosystem.
The ecosystem. Okay. So Green Nurse approved formula. So Elizabeth and I have been in the cannabis space as registered nurses for 9 years each, going on 10 years. And so we've been vetting products, and we have a very robust, beautiful CBD marketplace, and we look at products and we want to know that they're reliable. And these products in particular are doctor and nurse formulated. So Dr. Pi formulated the Bloom Essentials. Elizabeth and I have been formulating products for years, and we're really excited to be introducing some of our top line formulas that we're going to be rolling out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and Green Nurse approved means that you're doing business the right way. You got COAs on everything by the batch, and those are updated for the patients to be able to access all the time, and third-party tested, et cetera. And that we know what the levels are of the potency, the purity, any contaminants and that sort of thing that's have all been stripped away. Bloom Hemp is growing USDA organic, so we don't have a whole lot to worry about, but there's always things. These are plants, and you want to make sure that it's tested down to the nth degree. And then full transparency in business, right? Do they have customer service? Do they have somebody that's going to answer the phone and take care of you? And if you go on a subscription, can you cancel all of that sort of thing? Because I've been seeing seniors in homes for years, and it's not always been easy to work with these companies. So Green Nurse Approved is doing business the right way.
Absolutely. And certificate of analysis on all the products, lab testing on every batch. And, you know, what we love too is our carrier oil is gluten-free and vegan-free. And so we use...
We're going to go into that in
we're gonna
depth
get
in a
into
minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Get into the details. So anyway, so in this training, we're going to go over all of our products. So Bloom Hemp CBD product training. We're going to go over our tincture line, our gummies, our capsules, the topicals, the roll-ons, the isolates, the sample pack, and all of the different bundles that we offer.
New and improved.
New and improved.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look at this tincture suite. So here's just a little lineup.
Yeah, this is the overview, but it gives you the breadth and the portfolio, right? So we've got 3 of the essentials, which are botanical, symptom-targeted sort of formulations. We've got 2 coming that are the advanced lineup. We're going to talk about Focus and Trilogy. We'll get into, and then we've got our Fundamentals brand, which is the full spectrum and the citrus and the natural flavors. As well as the 0 THC, which is absolutely necessary for folks that need that 0% broad spectrum CBD that has no THC at all.
Yeah. So here we go. So Bloom Essentials Overview. So the carrier oil in this is cold pressed hemp seed oil. And they've done research at Bloom, and they basically thought that the bioavailability would be increased because of the omegas that are in it. So the added benefits of the hemp seed oil include higher concentrations of other antioxidants, B vitamins and minerals such as folate, iron, vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, and protein. So each of these 3 tinctures has 1,200 milligrams of full spectrum CBD, including a trace amount of THC, the legal amount, less than 0.3%, minor cannabinoids, either 100 milligrams of CBG or CBN in each bottle, and then the botanicals and the terpenes to enhance the synergy and therapeutic potential. So the very first one is recovery. You can see in red, that's 1,200 of CBD, 100 of CBG. It has turmeric, ginger, black seed, and black pepper oil. And we'll get into the details of that in the upcoming slide. The calming formula is the middle one, and that is 1,200 milligrams of CBD, 100 of CBN, includes California poppy, lavender, lemon balm, and hops. And the digestive tincture has 1,200 of CBD, 100 of CBG with coriander, cumin, and fennel.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
So yeah, and each one of these is really meant to accentuate the power of these cannabinoids, starting with CBD. CBD is the base, right? We tell that to patients all day, every day. CBD is the most abundant non-impairing cannabinoid. It's multi-targeted molecule that binds with numerous cell receptors throughout the body, directly and indirectly activating and initiating complex biological changes in the body, mind, and spirit. It activates over 70 targets in the body as a pleiotropic agent, working on multiple physiological systems at the same time. CBG is often called the mother of all cannabinoids. It is the central biosynthetic precursor to many cannabinoids, and it kind of everything comes out of CBG, CBGA. And this non-impairing anti-inflammatory cannabinoid binds with the CB2 receptors directly throughout the ECS, the endocannabinoid system, which is helping tone your body's natural inflammatory responses as well as the immune system. Studies show that CBD and CBG can relieve pain without intoxicating side effects. However, the anti-inflammatory benefits of CBG are not limited to pain relief. Research shows that CBG also positively impacts GI and gastrointestinal issues, including IBS, and CBG was added to enhance the anti-inflammatory benefits of both the recovery and the digestive tinctures. And finally, CBN is known for its sedating effects and is often called a sleep aid. Studies show that CBN may also provide relief from pain and stress and may stimulate the appetite. It's been used as a neuroprotectant and anticonvulsant in calming the brain. Our essential calming tincture features CBN, and it works together with the CBD and the linalool dominant terpenes to reduce stress, which naturally relaxes the mind to help you cultivate a better night's sleep.
Ooh, that was good.
So that is the formula.
Formula. And so we're going to get into a little bit deeper dive into each of the ones. So this formula was doctor formulated, Green Nurse approved, full spectrum CBD, and all of the different ingredients. Again, so this is a cold pressed hemp seed oil, has 1,200 of CBD, 100 of CBG, minor cannabinoids, including the trace amount of THC. And the black pepper in the oil is this biopepperine, and it's a standardized format. It's a 95% extract from black pepper fruits, which increases the bioavailability and absorption of the other ingredients in this oil. So the benefits include enhanced nutrient absorption, stabilization of blood sugar levels, combating cancer cell growth, decreasing inflammation, and boosting brain function. The black seed oil is rich in thermocyanin, which is primarily responsible for the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. This formula is rich in turmeric and ginger, which also is a potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. And then there's various ratios of terpenes for synergistic effects. And so when people are taking these, right, we have people shake well before use, and usually a good starting dose would be half a dropper twice a day as needed. And sometimes people may want to increase to 3 to 4 times a day as needed, but usually it's one full dropper in divided doses, either twice a day or 4 times a day, and then titrating up as needed. And so oftentimes for pain relief, right, some people might use a one full dropper when symptoms appear. They may repeat 2 or 4 times daily as needed. But what we see over time is cumulative dosing, using it regularly to mimic the endocannabinoid system. Consistency is the key. And then for post-activity recovery, sometimes people, after they work out, they might want to take a big full dropper full afterwards for post-activity routine for strenuous exercise. But for the most part, people usually use it twice a day, 2 to 3 times a day. And so what we have people do is draw up the desired amount in the dropper, and then you drop it under your tongue, you hold it there for 30 to 60 seconds, and the effects are obtained best with a meal and good hydration. So you want to hold it under your tongue to get that sublingual administration. You have a vein under your tongue, and it absorbs. You hold it, some of it gets in, you swallow it, and the rest of it gets digested and processed through your gastrointestinal tract. And so we have a handy dandy little scale here to show the breakdown, right? So you have 1 ounce is equivalent to 30 mLs, which is equivalent to 30 full droppers. Each dropper is 1 ml. So we have it broken down. 1 full dropper is 40 milligrams. If you do a quarter of a dropper, that's 0.75, that's 30 milligrams. A half of a dropper is 0.5, which is 20 milligrams. And finally, the lower dose, 1/4 of a dropper, which is 0.25 mLs, is 10 milligrams of CBD. So if you did 1 full dropper of this in divided doses, you'd be getting 40 milligrams of CBD a day.
Yep. Okay. So that's going to pick you up in the morning. Calming is going to help you relax after work and in the evening. Again, doctor formulated, Green Nurse approved, full spectrum CBD oil with a combination of natural ingredients to help you rediscover tranquility and reclaim your headspace in an increasingly noisy world. Alleviates stress, anxiety, and enhances sleep with added botanicals, including California poppy, hops, lavender, and lemon balm. And a lot of these sedating qualities are attributed to these botanicals, really. And having the terpenes and the botanicals work together really help us to be able to drive these effects. The carrier oil, again, the hemp seed oil is rich in the cold pressed hemp seed oil, not just regular. We do have to say there is a difference. That's the omega fatty acids, along with the folate, iron, and zinc. Magnesium and vitamin C, making it the ideal carrier for our hemp CBD formulation. The cannabinoids are 1,200 milligrams of CBD, 100 milligrams of CBN, and then other minors that contribute. The botanicals include California poppy, which is known as a sleep aid. It inhibits adrenaline and actively binds with the receptors that affect your mood, including GABA and the 5-HT or serotonin receptors. Hops induces drowsiness and relaxation by interacting with GABA, reducing our stress levels and helping to support a better night's sleep, and it promotes the relaxation response. Lemon balm is used to treat mood disorders, insomnia, migraines, and is well known for reducing stress by working as a natural sleep aid. And then French lavender. Studies show that lavender has similar effects as benzodiazepines. like Xanax or Valium. Lavender affects the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls the body processes associated with anxiety, including breathing, heart rate, and hormonal release. And there are various terpenes. So on the next, we're just, of course, same instructions as before. Half of a dropper twice a day is needed. Self-titrate to 2 to 4 times as needed as well. And then for daytime anxiety, begin with a half of a dropper, so 20 milligrams. And if after 30 minutes, the symptoms still persist, you can repeat with another quarter to a half dropper. And repeating every 4 to 6 hours as needing, but really self-titrating. And what people need to do is really learn to read their body and also incorporate other relaxing things that you might want to pair with this medicine. For night and for sleep, dosing is going to vary. There's some flexibility here. So you can do a half of a dropper at dinner and repeat another half of a dropper 30 minutes before sleep. That's one tactic. You could take one full dropper 30 minutes before sleep. Or you could take a full dropper at dinner and a full dropper before bedtime as needed. So again, you have to listen to your body and really figure out what you want and talk with us. Right? This is the key of the free nurse line, because we want people to have that minimum effective dose, but we also don't want them to blow past a bit and take too much if they don't need it.
Well, and I'll just bring this up. A client just called today about sleep and THC, and so he's adding the calming CBD tincture, because he needs to relax in the daytime and he doesn't want to use THC in the daytime. So he's bought the calming tincture to manage his anxiety in the daytime, just a little bit. And then he's going to take a larger dose in the evening to pair with his THC edible to help him sleep.
That sounds a perfect pair. So yeah. All right, you're up.
Okay, digestive tincture. Again, doctor formulated, Green Nurse approved. It's a full spectrum CBD oil with a combination of natural ingredients. So the interesting thing about this product is oftentimes people will say that this might be really hard to get in if I have GI stuff. I don't know if I want to get an oil in, but there's a lot of patients that do really, really well with this. This is a very, very well-tolerated oil for patients that have used cannabis inhalation and have a hard time not being able to inhale. This is a product that works. And it tastes good
because of the botabs.
Because
they go right
botanicals.
to work. Literally, as soon as they hit the palate, they're having that absorbability that is going to deliver those beneficial effects.
Yeah, and so in traditional Ayurvedic medicine, right? These different cumin, coriander, and fennel. There's a tea that is used today, and the combination has the ability to stimulate the digestive system and support the body's natural ability to break down toxins. So a healthy microbiome supports the endocannabinoid system and the endocannabinoid dome for optimal health and wellness. So we need to understand that our gut microbiome is directly related to a lot of different things, the inflammatory response in our body, as well as our cognition and our emotions. We create serotonin in our gut. So this formula is really, really powerful. So it has 1,200 milligrams of CBD, 100 milligrams of CBG. CBG is a really amazing CB2 activator. It helps us to stimulate our own anandamide molecule, and it's really good gastrointestinal protective. And then you add in these other botanicals, the coriander. So geraniol acetate in coriander is naturally occurring terpene that helps to stimulate enzymes in the stomach, which soothes the gastrointestinal tract, aids in digestion, and promotes a healthy liver function, bowel movements, and supports optimal cholesterol levels. Fennel, also a digestive aid with anti-inflammatory properties used for centuries to reduce inflammation in the GI tract, relaxing muscles, and relieving bloating and GI discomfort. And then cumin, a very potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant used for healthy digestion by increasing activity of stomach enzymes, which also aids in the symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. So this helps the body process fats and other nutrients by increasing the release of bile from the liver. So this is a really powerful gut microbiome product that can be used. And a lot of patients will use this in the morning. So if you were going to use all three products, you were going to get all the essentials, you would do a half a dropper of the digestive in the morning, a half a dropper of recovery at lunch, and a half a dropper of calming at bedtime.
That's a perfect way that we teach people to acclimate to the sample pack.
Yeah. And so here for digestive tincture to use it for gut microbiome, gut health, immune support, people that have cancer, People that have issues with anxiety. We were promoting this digestive tincture because of the gut-brain connection and how we do promote serotonin in our gut. So for microbiome and gut health, we usually have people take a half of a dropper up to 4 times a day. For newbies, a half a dropper twice a day. For upset stomach, I've had patients take 1 full dropper and then rest, and they've repeated up to 2 times over a 4-hour period to reduce the GI upset. I've had people use it before chemotherapy, and actually people use it to prevent nausea, and also people to use it in absence of the ability of inhaling THC. So for people that need to use THC for appetite and nausea related, this is a good substitute if you can.
Yeah, and by the way, use CBD before chemotherapy to prevent neuropathy as well as the nausea.
Yeah. So the same, you're going to drop the desired dose in the dropper. You're going to drop it under your tongue, hold it for 30 to 60 seconds, and then swallow. And again, we have the breakdown here of the dosing per dropper.
Yeah, and to recap, those 3 essentials, it's about recovery, digestion, and rest, right? And if we can capture those 3 fundamental things, imagine just healing people in digestion, recovery, and inflammation, and then rest.
Yeah. And the thing that's cool too, the sample pack has these 3 tinctures in it. So if you're new and you want to try it, we're going to talk about some of the other products that are in the sample pack, but these 3 tinctures are in there, and we give instructions on how to take it.
Really good stuff.
Okay.
So now we get to talk about some of the fun stuff that is coming. So we love some stronger formulas, and this one is going to be our blockbuster. It's going to have 3,000 milligrams.
Trilogy.
The trilogy. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking about the trilogy. Let me just start with the trilogy. I'll come back to focus. So the trilogy has the 3,000 milligrams. It's 1,000 milligrams of CBD, 1,000 milligrams of CBG, and 1,000 milligrams of CBN. So this is what that trilogy means. It's got all of the best parts of these minor cannabinoids coming together in perfect synergy, and it's going to help immune support, neuro, cancer, and healing for serious illnesses with the immune boosting terpenes and echinacea to support your healing process. You want to talk about focus?
Focus, advanced science, focus energy, improve metabolic functioning with energizing terpenes, including botanicals, lion's mane, reishi, and yerba mate.
Yeah, those functional mushrooms.
Mushrooms
stimulate cognition.
Yeah, truly stimulate cognition in a restful way, right? So we have the CBD, we have the CBG, and we also have the THCV, which is really, really good. It can be very helpful for metabolic disorders and helping regulate insulin sensitivity.
Yeah, this is going to be a really exciting blend. It threw me off because I was looking for the 1,000, but the 1,200 of CBD and then the equal parts CBG and THCV is going to give balanced energy, focus, and then some of the improved metabolism and just that staying power, but yet feeling calm. Yeah. So we're really looking forward to this, and the functional mushrooms improving, neuroplasticity, neurogenesis, along with the cannabinoids is going to be really exciting. So end of September, we're going to launch these.
Yep. So stay tuned. We'll have new slides. All right. So fundamentals, the basics. Okay, why might you want to use something like this, right? This one is an amazing blend, full spectrum citrus, CBD tincture, supplements, and facts. So a lot of our psychedelic clients are starting to use this citrus tincture, adding it in as part of their daily regimen as they start to integrate into their lives. So this is just a regular old plain full spectrum CBD product. It has either 1,200 milligrams or 1,800 milligrams in the bottle. It is rich with minor cannabinoids, including CBDA, CBC, CBDB, CBG, and has less than 0.3% THC. Their certificate of analysis is extremely rich. And so this is a product that patients can use on a daily basis as just a basic CBD product. A lot of times, a lot of the cancer patients that I'm working with that are dialing up their THC dosage, there's a patient that I'm taking care of now that's using Marinol. And so he's pairing this citrus tincture with his Marinol dosing.
Really rounds that out. And the 1,800 has I think it's a whopping 2,200 cannabinoids in there. This is a rich formula. A lot of CBC in there too, which is also anti-cancer. And by the way, these fundamentals have MCT oil. So it was a cold pressed hemp seed oil for the essentials. And now we're switching back over to the MCT oil for the rest of them.
Yes. And then the next one, this is the fundamentals,
Just a
same,
different flavor.
just a different flavor. This is just a natural flavor.
Yeah.
So the citrus flavor is really, it's light, and this one is very natural flavor. Same exact ingredients, USDA organic and MCT oil, rich in CBC, CBDV, CBG. This one here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so people that are new to taking this, if they were to get a bottle of the 1200 or the 1800, again, we would teach them how to dose, and it would generally be a half of a dropper twice a day to start.
Yeah, and so the calculation changes from 40 milligrams to 60 milligrams per mil.
Yep.
So a little bit more intense.
And then we have the fundamentals broad spectrum CBD tincture. So this is CBD, either 1200 or 1800 milligrams per bottle, 0 THC. So when we're talking about broad spectrum is whole plant that has been taken apart and put back together, and then left the THC out. And so this includes all the minor cannabinoids, including the CBC, CBDV, CBG, natural terpenes, and it tests at 0 THC. Yeah. And so this is good for people that can't have THC.
Oh, the federal contractors, government employees, healthcare, police, firefighters, etc. So yeah, nurses in hospitals. Yeah.
And again, this is a review of the lineup, right? We have the 3 essentials, the 2 advanced, the full spectrum citrus and natural, and then the broad spectrum 0 THC.
So 8 tinctures and probably another 4 on the way next year.
Yeah. And then we get into gummies. CBD gummies offer a convenient way to incorporate your daily dose of cannabinoids without worrying about dosing liquid oils. So these are discreet, delicious, and there's the sleep ones and the daytimes ones, and we're gonna get into these, and these are the labs. And so these are made from CBD isolate. And this is and the reason why I really like this, because it allows you to mix and match and allows you to use a little bit of everything. So I have these, but you don't see me pulling them all the time.
No.
I use them as needed. So in other words, it'll be like, I can't have my cup of coffee this morning, but I need some caffeine. So I'm going to grab my water bottle and I'm going to grab an energized gummy, because that energized gummy has in it.
Yeah. So the Bloom Hemp Energy gummies, so handcrafted, right? So CBD isolate, THC free. These are including caffeine. So 20 milligrams is a microdose of caffeine, not too much, not going to energize you that much. A typical cup of coffee, just for relativity, is about 100 milligrams. Some super strong ones might be 400 milligrams. So 20 is not good, but it is going to make a difference. Then there's the vitamin Bs, right? So B9, B12, bathing that central nervous system, providing energy, improving cognitive function, supporting other critical metabolic functions in our bodies. And then there's 200 milligrams of those. So energize all day with these, power your morning or overcome burnout and brain fog in the afternoon, sustain focus and mental clarity with a light cognitive boost. And then each gummy, like I said, it's got 20 milligrams of caffeine. It's irresistible flavors. This one is a watermelon, and then they're THC free and vegan. And then the sleep one, I'll just keep going. Now here we've changed it up. So we've got that CBD isolate, THC free. And then this has the L-theanine. So 50 milligrams of that. It's a critical amino acid, and it helps modulate the neurotransmitters like GABA, dopamine, and serotonin, promoting that relaxation response. Passion flower is added, 10 milligrams of that. Provides a natural calm by modulating GABA, helping you fall asleep, and helping you stay asleep throughout the night. And then melatonin, 3 milligrams. So this is a naturally occurring hormone that helps you maintain the circadian rhythm, and it provides the building blocks for healthy sleep habits. So healthy night's sleep is only a bite away with these CBD blends and some of this really clever marketing. But sleep plays a critical role in our day-to-day life, and we do need to really pay attention to it to accentuate both our short-term objectives of being able to perform how we want and our long-term health. Having good sleep helps you stay healthy and age well as well. And so each sleep gummy, as a recap, 25 of CBD, 50 of the L-theanine, 10 of passion flower, and 3 of melatonin.
And we generally have people take these about an hour before they go to bed.
On the dosing. In the morning, a half a gummy sometimes, and then another half at lunch. And then one
That
of
would
these
be
sleep,
the day gummy,
the energy gummy. Yeah. And then the sleep gummy, you can take a half at dinner and another half at bedtime. Or you can just take a whole one.
Yeah.
Depending.
All right. And then we get into capsules. And we're going to talk about, we have broad spectrum and full spectrum. So on the left is blue, is broad. And so broad spectrum, again, has the CBD, the minor cannabinoids, the terpenes, 0 THC. And this is an MCT oil, and these are a 30 count. So broad spectrum hemp extract soft gels. And on the right, we have full spectrum CBD soft gels, the 25 milligrams of CBD, all of the minor cannabinoids, the terpenes, and the trace amount of THC in the MCT oil. And this comes in a 30 count and a 60 count. And these are good. And so people generally take, usually people will take one of these a day. If it's a broad spectrum, they'll take one a day, and they'll usually take it as a supplement. And then they might, and later in the day, take a tincture. And we'll talk about some of our bundles in the future, of how we combine and mix and match products.
Yeah, but the best thing about the capsules is it really changes up the route of administration into an oral dose, right? And the gummies do as well. But for people that have had sustained tincture dosing, adding in the capsule really makes a difference because you feel that longevity of the dose. Yeah. It has a longer duration when you take it orally than when you take it with a tincture. And it's also good for people that need a higher milligram count, right? So 25 milligrams of a capsule in the morning with your tincture, 25 milligrams at supper, if you're in a lot of pain, is really going to give you that sustainable dosing. And think about 8 hours separation in the dosing. Yeah. So.
And then we get to our topicals, and boy, do we have a lineup for you. So topicals are a really great introduction to cannabis as medicine. You know, they act locally, they're non-impairing, they're easy to incorporate into the daily routine. And the unique phytochemicals and cannabinoids that are found in the plant provide the therapeutic healing, while the terpenes found in the cannabis contribute to the medicinal effect. So the essential oils are added for fragrance and aromatherapy benefits, as well as contributing to the entourage effect. So these products work on cannabinoid receptor CB1 and CB2 in the skin, where they're absorbed locally to reduce inflammation, pain, swelling, and also to provide other healing benefits. So we're going to get into the details of each one. So Muscle Freeze.
So Muscle Freeze, this is your full spectrum CBD Muscle Freeze. It's a potent botanical blend of menthol, which is a local anesthetic, arnica, and tea tree oil, which provides the skin support. This is a fast-acting cooling relief. So
gym bag.
This is what you're going to want when you're in the gym. I put that perfect for the gym bag when you need relief now. CBD 500 or 1,000. Menthol is going to give that cooling anesthesia, which is, really, if you rub it on, it really stops hurting almost immediately. Think of the icy hot and biofreeze and that sort of thing. Has that yerba mate, which is a natural skin remedy that acts as an antioxidant and as a beauty aid, enhancing skin firmness, elasticity, and moisture levels. The tea tree oil is naturally soothing to the skin by removing unwanted bacteria, so antibacterial, probably antiviral, soothing the irritable skin conditions. And then arnica rounds it out with that staying power a little bit. Anti-inflammatory herb traditionally used in treating topical ailments, muscle soreness, and to reduce joint pain and stiffness. So most people are going to apply this to sore areas every few hours after a shower, after a workout, before bed, whenever you hurt. Effects are within 5 to 15 minutes, duration usually about 4 hours. And then it can activate those receptors. So it's going to have that local effect. It's not absorbed into the bloodstream. So none of these full spectrum oils are going to be penetrating or having to worry about THC as well.
Okay, and then the CBD Active Care Cream. This one, it bangs, is a
long
really
acting
good
and
one.
short acting.
Yeah, so it's like, so I want you to think of, okay, so the menthol, the cayenne, and the camphor bring on the heat, right? So the menthol is an organic compound that offers local anesthetic support, provides a cooling feeling, promoting the relaxation response. And then you have the cayenne, think of hot, right? It confuses the pain neurotransmitters in the skin, relieving muscle and joint pain. And then you have the camphor as well, relieving pain, itching, and irritation. So this is a fast acting, gets in there. And then the other components, you have the cannabinoid CBD, 1,000 milligrams, CBG, 100 milligrams, CBN, 100 milligrams, a trace amount of THC, and then the other botanicals, arnica, calendula, turmeric, and white willow are actually getting in there and really truly healing, right? So the arnica is an anti-inflammatory herb traditionally used to treat topical ailments, muscle soreness, reduces pain, joint, and stiffness. Calendula also is an anti-inflammatory inflammatory and antibacterial botanical used to treat wounds and skin irritations. So these are really deep healing. And the turmeric is a natural antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, relieving joint and muscle aches and pains. And white and willow is a natural antibacterial and anti-inflammatory used for skin conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, and rosacea. So this is a really, really deep, deep healing cream.
This is your one-stop shop.
Yeah.
So topically
Again,
every 4 hours.
4 to 6 hours is needed and can last, effects within 5 to 15 minutes. And then we have the soothing balm stick.
So this one is the full spectrum CBD, but this has the rejuvenation, hydrating, and repairing dry and damaged skin and providing natural relief. It works also for tension, discomfort, and easing the sore muscles and joints, but also dryness, itchiness, and other soreness with that touch-free balm stick. And it's good because you just rub it on. You don't have to. You could rub it in further if you want, but it's easy to apply. So that's what they mean by that. 1,000 milligrams of the CBD, 200 milligrams of CBG, and this one has lavender, that calming scent that we all love, and it's also anti-inflammatory and soothing. And the nioli, which is the deep cleansing properties as an antiseptic to treat wounds back in the olden days, and still used today for that, for infections, and then also the itching. Chamomile is going to treat the skin irritations, reduce irritations, has antioxidant properties, which also play a cell in cell manufacturing, right? Tissue regrowth, as well as probably autophagy and taking it away. And then frankincense and myrrh, both anti-inflammatory. It's been used for thousands of years in anti-aging, helping the skin with wound healing processes. So all of this is boosted with extra vitamins and added zinc. And the scent here is a nice calm lavender. So I would love this one. So again, just use it every 4 to 6 hours as needed.
And then we have our CBD muscle joint and therapy cream. So this one is a high performance full spectrum topical that goes beyond CBD. Added CBG in some of nature's most effective botanical extracts, including arnica, calendula, chamomile, and MSM. And so MSM is something that we're going to talk about in here. So the cannabinoids in here, and this is a bigger bottle. So this is 4 ounces. It's because we want you to be using this more regularly, a couple of times a day, consistently. So the MSM provides the anti-inflammatory support and helps your body to produce collagen and glucosamine. So collagen is rich in amino acids, which is a key to producing the cartilage. So glucosamine plays a critical role in your joint health. Studies and testimonials alike have shown that MSM helps to alleviate joint stiffness, swelling, and pain. And so you need to be using this consistently. And then the added in arnica, which is an anti-inflammatory herb used traditionally to treat topical ailments like bruises, muscle soreness, and to reduce joint pain and stiffness. Calendula, again, is an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial botanical used to treat wounds and skin irritations for centuries. And chamomile has also been used to treat skin irritations, reduce inflammation, and has antioxidant properties, which play a huge role in cell and tissue regrowth. So this is something that's to be used frequently throughout the day, not just, one and done.
Yeah, this is not just a sporadic thing. This is somebody for rheumatoid arthritis where joints are really an issue. The knees, the shoulders, the hands, the stiffness. That continuous MSM really gets in there and helps to break down some of the pain and inflammation, and then to build up that cartilage and the collagen. So. Yeah.
And then we have our roll-ons, and we love our roll-ons. Who doesn't love essential oils?
These are great. I love using these. I put them right here all the time.
Yeah. So we can, this is great. You can apply them, this is this promotes the relaxation response. So education, right? The endocannabinoid system signals the fight or flight response and the relaxation response. The relaxation response requires conscious awareness, and usually we need to do something. So we need to choose healthy tools to get us into the relaxation response. Well, guess what? This essential CBD roll-on is just the thing. You grab the essential roll-on, literally you unwind it and you smell it, and you can apply it to the back of your neck. You can apply it to your temples. You can apply it to your wrists. You can apply it to your chest. We were doing tapping today.
Yeah. Your feet,
your feet,
soles.
Exactly. And so basically what it does is it has it's the aromatherapy piece of it. And also, if you're doing it around your face, what you're doing is you're stimulating your vagus nerve, right? So vagus nerve stimulation, which is promoting the relaxation response, and then it has a little bit of CBD in it. So the other ingredients, the jojoba oil is an anti-inflammatory moisturizer, helps clean up rosacea and acne. You can put it on as a topical. It has essential nutrients like vitamin B and E to repair and control damage to the skin. It has lang lang, which is an essential oil and a floral aroma that promotes relaxation while also assisting in topical pain relief. It's also known as an aphrodisiac. And then bergamot, which we love. It's such a beautiful smell. It's an essential oil that's extracted from the citrus fruit for use in aromatherapy, and it promotes GABA in the brain, the calming molecule, to relieve stress. And topically, it relaxes sore muscles and promotes the relaxation response for a good night's sleep. And then, of course, French lavender, which has been known to increase GABA when used in aromatherapy to promote the relaxation response. So this is one of our favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Good one.
Yeah, and then the flip side is morning.
Whoop. Rise and shine.
So rise and shine, right? So we've got that good full spectrum CBD, and then the jojoba oil, and now we've got peppermint to wake you up in the morning, and known to increase alertness, improve your memory, reduce stress, boost energy, and soothe sore muscles. And then the rosemary, also one of my favorites, increasing concentration and memory, and it may lower cortisol levels to help reduce anxiety and relieve stress in the day, right? So this is your morning roll-on, get you going with your CBD gummy, and then you're powering into those meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Isolates, concentrates. Why might you want to use a concentrate? What's a concentrate? Right? It looks a little scary, but it's not. So concentrate, so you think of the plant, the cannabis plant is rich. It has so many different components to it. A concentrate is a single isolated molecule. So the concentrates is what we've done is we've isolated 3 particular cannabinoids into isolated powders. So isolates are concentrated cannabinoids that have been isolated through a repetitive clean extraction process. So hemp oil is extracted from the plant, and then it's further refined into these isolated cannabinoids, such as CBD, CBG, and CBN, which we're going to talk about. And so how patients might use these is they might just use them just under the tongue. You can use them sublingually, or you can add them into your food and beverages, or we actually teach people how to make their own butters and oils using these.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And the CBD is 98% pure, the CBG is 96% pure, and the CBN is 95% pure. And that's important because these numbers are going to vary. What is an isolate? It should be 100%, but it's hard to get there. And this is a really complicated chemical extraction process. So the higher the number, the better. And these are stellar.
Stellar. So anyway, here we go. So CBD isolate is the isolated molecule of cannabidiol that's been isolated through a repetitive clean extraction process. So Bloom CBD isolate was processed with the USDA organic hemp and then extracted from the plant and further refined into the isolated individual cannabinoid. So CBD isolate breaks the blood-brain barrier faster than any other version of CBD, meaning that you'll feel the effects almost immediately. And this is also a great option if you're interested in formulating your own CBD tinctures, lotions, balms, or gummies at home. This is really, really good. We've had patients for rescue that need it. So people that have overconsumed, I've had people use the CBD isolate if they take too much THC. Rescue from THC. Taking too much THC, using this as a rescue under their tongue immediately. I've also had patients that have seizure disorders, right? That use this immediately.
Or they're just in a lot of pain. They've had a great workout and they really, have been training up for that marathon, right? You might really want a high dose.
Yeah. And then when we're done with these slides, we'll give you a quick little recipe on how you can combine them all together, which is fun. Yeah. And then we have CBG isolate.
CBG, it's the same as CBD. It's just, the cannabigerol instead. And so CBG is special because it really modulates that endocannabinoid system at CB2. It actually works with both CB1 and CB2, and it doesn't have any odor or taste. And it makes it an excellent choice for products and that sort of thing. And again, it comes with a little spoon in there that you could dose about 50 to 70 milligrams. It's kind of like that syringe where it's not going to be precise, right? Unless you weight it. But really 50 to 70 milligrams is that dose from that little spoon, and then just take it and go.
Just
Just right in the sublingual. Again, it's going to absorb right into those mouth membranes.
Yep. And so, for people that have a hard time, that don't want to get the oils in and they want to have that quick absorption, that is a way to do it under the tongue. And then CBN isolate. So CBN is the isolated molecule of cannabinol, which has been isolated through a repetitive clean extraction process. So CBN is generally pretty much old THC, right?
Degraded
THC. And so again, CBN works by interacting with the endocannabinoid system found in our bodies, right? It interacts with CB1 and CB2 receptors, just like CBD isolate. CBN isolate lacks odor or taste, and it makes an excellent choice to make it in different products.
So you probably want this one more in the afternoon and evening, right?
Yeah.
Maybe right before bed. You're taking that heavy dose of CBN and CBG in the afternoon. Good mid-afternoon pickup, and then CBD in the morning. That lube and tune get you going as that base.
And then for someone that likes to cook with it, you can actually take a
All
pound
three.
of butter. Really quick, easy tip, trick, hug and nug. A pound of butter.
Make a trilogy. You got 3,000 milligrams,
And
1,000 CBD, 1,000 CBN, and 1,000 CBG. Put them all together, make some butter.
Yep, make some butter. You do it on very, very, very low heat. You stir it and for at least 20 minutes on low heat continuously. You pour it off, and then we do the math, and we'll have that recipe in the network for you.
Right, and then just put a slice of that butter on your toast. So a slice of butter in your cereal, your cream of wheat.
And some people actually put butter in their coffee.
Oh wow!
Anywhere
you can use butter.
Anywhere you can use butter. Anyway, so that's CBN isolate, and then here we have the bundles. We're going to get into
sample pack. Yeah, so if you're curious about CBD products and you don't know where to start, the Bloom Hemp sample pack is exactly for you. This contains all three of the essential tinctures, both of the CBD gummies, and our two most powerful CBD topicals, the Muscle and Joint Cream and the Active Care. So my two favorites. And so you can apply those topically on the topicals. And again, the digestive in the morning, the recovery in the afternoon, the calming in the evening, or you can rotate these bottles and try a little bit each day and see how you like them. And the gummies as well. So this note, we do have full spectrum in here. So these are not THC free.
Yep. So half of the products are full spectrum, and the THC free is the gummies.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then we're going to get into bundles. So oftentimes patients will say, well, where do I start?
Yeah. And I want to get the most bang for my buck.
Yeah. Well, where do I start?
Mm-hmm.
Well, inside, outside, and so we stacking products is really, really beneficial because you're taking multiple different things, hitting multiple different receptors with the same aim to do what? Relieve suffering and improve quality of life, right?
Yeah.
So, the Bloom Hemp Essential Recovery Tincture has the 1,200 of CBD, CBG, the anti-inflammatory botanicals. So someone might take that, they would do a half a dropper of that after breakfast, a half a dropper of that after dinner. And then the capsules, right? The full spectrum CBD capsules contain 25 milligrams of pure organic full spectrum CBD. So they might take a capsule after breakfast, right? For long acting as a supplement, do the tincture, and then topical in the daytime as needed, and then could repeat the dose of tincture in the evening. And if they are really in pain, they could repeat the capsule. Yeah. But for the most part, it's just finding your sweet spot.
Yeah. And so this will be a good, 4 to 6 weeks of, good therapy, depending on how fast. If you're really finding that you're successful with this, might want to do 2 capsules a day. Mm-hmm. So when we have the 60 count, that'll change it up. Otherwise, this is good to go for a first recommendation for anybody that is struggling with pain and inflammation, arthritis, fibromyalgia, etc.
Yeah, good place to get started.
Yeah, and then the sleep bundle. So for all of the insomniacs out there, restless nights leave you fatigued during the day, and that we need to solve that. So the calming tincture, the CBD gummies, the sleep gummies, and the full spectrum CBD capsules are going to walk you through this. So again, 25 milligrams of the capsule. I would take one after breakfast for all day wellness. And then it's promoting the relaxation response all day long. The calming tincture, we've already gone through that, but come home and take a half a dropper after work and another half of a dropper before bed. And then that sleep gummy. So add that sleep gummy at night, about a half hour before you go to bed, and you should be able to fall asleep and stay asleep.
So the point is not to take this all at bedtime.
Right.
The point is, right, you want to take care of what we teach patients is you're working on your sleep in the
All day
daytime,
long.
all day long.
Mhm.
All the choices that you make in the daytime are going to affect how you sleep at night.
Right.
So that's how we look at that.
Mhm.
So you all your, you want to promote the relaxation response in all of your activities.
Mhm.
All right. So the calming bundle. This is an interesting combination.
Same idea.
Same
It's
idea.
Same calming tinctures. It's just the roll on, and you dose a little differently, right? Dosing more during the day to relieve tension and stress at the moment that you might need it, right? So the full spectrum capsule is always the base. That's what we're going to start with every morning, adding in that calming tincture when you need that during the day. And then the calming roll-on, again.
Right in your pocket.
Right, yeah. Before you walk into that board meeting, before you're going to have that difficult conversation with your kid or spouse or whatever, just have a little bit of that roll-on and just take a breath.
Take a deep breath.
Mhm.
And then the morning bundle. Another great thing. This is a good way to start the day. Starting off with the morning roll-on, right? Awaken up your senses with the essential morning roll-on. It's got the rosemary and the mint, and it's very uplifting.
And then the digestive tincture.
And then the digestive tincture. It's a great way to
Wake up
start
the gut.
Wake up the gut, right? Wake up the
Mhm.
microbiome. You want it. What is the first thing you're going to be putting in your gut in the morning?
Yeah.
Right? Is this supporting my endocannabinoid system or not?
Emotional health, immune vitality, and energy.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then the evening bundle, same thing. The
Calming
roll
and
on,
calming.
right? The essential oils, the instead of inhaling cannabis, you can inhale your aromatherapy essential oil, and then you have the calming. This is a really good calming bundle for the daytime and even in the evening, combining both of the products.
You could bring this calming bundle, to just replace happy hour.
Yeah.
Come home and have a little bit of your calming tincture and your roll on, and it's your night off from beer, whatever. Yeah.
And then we have a mental wellness bundle. This is an interesting one.
Yeah. So we work a lot with plant-based medicines, right? And so for some of the patients that are experimenting with psychedelics, which by the way are everywhere, there are people need to reset the body and to give the endocannabinoid system the best functionality prior to experimenting with psychedelics. If you wanted to try mushrooms or ketamine or any of these therapies that are out there, really get the ECS going well. And simultaneously and then ahead of any kind of psychedelic dosing. So here we have the digestive tincture for the gut and microbiome and beef up the immune system, the calming tincture to keep you nice and relaxed and to help anxiety and to foster good sleep, the energized gummies to wake you up in the morning and provide that energy boost, the sleep gummies to help you have better restorative sleep, and then the full spectrum capsules to really round things out with 1 or 2 doses a day to really get that body at a good set state to be really well in your best inner equilibrium, as we say in there.
Yep.
Right?
Balance, right? And that's what it is we want to promote the relaxation response because that's where the body heals best.
Yeah, and this psychedelic bundle, this emotional wellness bundle, is really for anybody that also wants an intensive pack. And the other thing about these bundles is they're 15 to 20% off. This is 20% off. It would be like $279, comes down to $222, which is a good angel number. But it's something that's going to give somebody the most bang for their buck, and all of our products in a really good full portion. So that's why we have 4 to 8 weeks up here too.
Right.
So you can make this one last for a while.
Yep. And then shopping for C-Safe CBD. Again, Green Nurse approved. This is just a recap to round out, that we're looking, our products are from cannabis, from flowering strains of hemp. We do carry isolate broad and full spectrum. We're transparent, lab tested. We have
all the good things.
All the good things. We give ourselves a stamp of approval.
The nurse line. The nurse line brings it all home because when somebody can call 970-404-HOPE and talk to a nurse, that's priceless.
Yeah. And then we have opportunities, right? So wholesale and affiliate opportunities at Bloom Hemp. This is a slide on there, and there's information of that in the network. Also accept our invitation to visit holisticcaring.com and get also into the network. This is for patients and providers. Our nurses and pharmacists are in there. The free Intro to Cannabis course. All of the other courses that Elizabeth has written are in there. On our website, free 7-page medical cannabis guide with a newsletter sign up. And we have our marketplace, professional and patient programs and mentoring.
And coaching. So if somebody wants a deep dive, a one-on-one appointment with a nurse, call us and that's where we go into your medical records and what
And
pharmaceuticals
And the other thing that we do as well too is we do mentoring. So say
Yeah.
you did have a patient that you wanted help,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, for all the nurses that are
Out
learning
there-
these products and affiliate training.
Yeah, we can do co-appointments with you.
We do that all the time, right?
Yeah.
So you're learning the ropes of how to be a CBD coach. Just tell your patient, make an appointment online. We'll invite you to that appointment as well, and go through that appointment together. And so everybody wins.
Yep. And multiple paths to wellness.
Yeah, these are all the
So-
professional programs.
These
So
are all the programs that you're going to get all the education, the research, the science, everything about cannabis as medicine.
yeah, and all different lenses.
Yep. So free introductory to cannabis, the health coach certificate program, global clinicians program, our psychedelics for mental health and well-being online program includes endocannabinoid system care and the cannabis wellness coach program. Then we have all of our patient programs taking a dive.
These are targeted learning that are specific for cancer, autoimmune, autism, epilepsy, mental health, Parkinson's, MS, Alzheimer's and dementia, etc., chronic pain. And on the next slide, you'll see that what we do is give you a 60+ minute recorded lecture where we break down that condition. What does conventional medicine do? What does cannabis potentially do? And go through all the research and giving you all of the slides and the references and the links for you to deep dive and explore. So we've already done all the research for you and just give it to you to read, and then give you a digital guidebook. So this is step-by-step best practices and beginning dosing protocols for each condition within here, as well as bonuses on whole health and wellness, as using cannabis as medicine as well as lifestyle as medicine, which is really important to all of us green nurses.
Here you go. Blooming in health. Join us today.
Yeah, so that's it. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. And I hope this affiliate training was really beneficial for you. And it was a fun and educational way to walk through the products. Call us on the nurse line for any questions. Email info@bloomhemp.com and chat with us in the network as well. And God bless. Have a wonderful time out there sharing our products and services and have fun.